Hello students, our today's topic is algebraic expression. So first of all we will see what is meant by expression. Expression is a combination of a variable, then operator, it could be plus, minus, multiplication, division, and a constant, that means a number. Then what is meant by variable? Variables are actually placeholders for unknown things. So here we can take any alphabet. For example, here I am taking as X, operator as plus and 7. So this is my expression. So expression is a combination of variable, operator and constant. So question arises, what is the value of this expression? Value of this expression depends on the value of variable. Suppose I want to take value of variable as 2. Then what could be the value of that expression? Here we have to put 2 instead of that variable, that means x. So I am writing like 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. Suppose if you want to put value of variable as 1, then I want to put 1 instead of x. So my value of expression is 8 in this case. So here we have seen what is meant by expression. How do we decide the value of that expression? There are various forms of expression by using various operators. Suppose the statement is like this. Add a number to the 7. Add a number, we don't know the number. So we have taken a variable to the 7. That means we have used positive operator here. Suppose 7 more than y. 7 more than y. Like subtraction. How do we state this? Suppose a number is subtracted from 5. That number, we don't know that number. So we have used a variable. For example, it may ask like this. Subtract 5 from a number. Then we need to write like this. Subtract 5 from a number. Then what about multiplication? In that multiplication, it may ask like this. 7 times x. So we have to write 7x. Then what about division? Here it may ask like this. For example, 1/5 of a number. 1/5 of a number or a number divided by 2. So we have seen different forms of an expression. Then we just move towards a core part of the algebraic expression, that is term, factor and coefficient. So here we just write this. Okay, for example, consider the expression 4a plus 5. So if we consider this here, 4a and 5, these are the terms. Actually what happened, if we add terms, we get an expression. So these are the terms. Here term 1, we can say here term 2. So focus on the term 1. Let's say 4a. Here if we see these 4 and a, these are the factors. That means how we can say factors? If we can say that if we multiply factors, we get a term. In this case, the 5. In term 2, 5 is there. So 5 is the only factor over here. Okay. If we observe it carefully, here 4 is a factor, but it is a number. A is also factor, but it is a variable. So here we can say a factor which is a number. That means numerical factor. It is nothing but the coefficient. Okay. So let's revise shortly. Here it is an expression 4a plus 5. 4a and 5. These are the two terms in this expression. If we focus term 1 is having 4 and a. These are the factors. And here it is a constant. So we can say 5 is the only factor. But here 4 is a number. So numerical factor, these are nothing but the coefficients. Okay. So let's take an exercise. Suppose question comes like this. Write an expression with one variable. So how do I write? 2a plus 5. Suppose question comes like this. Write an expression with the two variables. Then we can write like this. Okay. Now, if they ask us to find or identify the coefficients in the given expression, for example, minus 10x square y plus 2xy plus 30. So what happens here? Minus 10, it is a coefficient. 2, it is a coefficient. But 30 is a constant. It is not a coefficient. So if here it is a question 1, write an expression with one variable and two variables. This is an answer for that. Question number 2, if they ask identify the coefficients in the given expression, then this minus 10 you need to write as it is. Minus 10 is the coefficient, 2 is the coefficient because these are the numerical factors. But in this case, the variable is not there, so it is termed as a constant. Okay. So now we'll move towards types of expression. So here 2x, or before going to actual types, we just see the different forms of an expression. Those are like and unlike. Suppose 2x, 3x. Okay, here if we observe it carefully, what happens? Here it is also x and x are present, and power is also same. So these are come under the category of like terms. Okay, so can I write like this? 3x square y. Here if we observe 2x square y and 3x square y, that means xy is present in both the terms and power of that variable is also same. So they come under the category of like terms. But if we see that 2x and 3y, what happens? In this term x is present and here in this term y is present. So variables are different. So they are not like terms. Also, if we see that 2x square y and 3x y square, here one can say that xy is also present here and xy is also present here. But what happens? We have to observe the power of that variable also. So it doesn't come under the category of like terms. So these are unlike terms. Okay. Now we will see what are the actual types of expression. Those are monomial, binomial and polynomial. Mono means single. That means an expression which is having only one term, that is monomial. That means 2x, 3y. These are the some examples of monomial. What about binomial? Bi means two. That means an expression which is having two terms. These are binomial. 2x plus y or 3a plus 2b. These are binomial. Then we can say that an expression which is having three terms, it is also known as trinomial. But in general, what do we say? Poly. Poly means many. That means an expression which is having more than one terms, that is a polynomial. That means here we can say 2x square y plus 3x plus 20. This is a polynomial. What are the conditions of polynomial? It should have non-zero coefficient and positive exponent of variable. That is a polynomial. So quickly revise. Mono means single, so it contains one term. Bi means two, it contains two terms. And poly means more than one, but two more conditions. What? It should have a non-zero coefficient and positive or non-negative exponent should be there to the variable. Okay, so in this way we have finished with the types of algebraic expression. monomial, binomial and polynomial. Thank you.